There was a disease. It was a plague. We don't know where it came from. A bunch of spooks come around now. You know, I've told them a thing or two about it, and their eyebrows raised like, you know, like this is some private thing that ain't supposed to be in public. There was a thing came in the jungle with us that had never been there. And it started eating people. It started out with like if you scratch yourself or you bang yourself. And then all of a sudden, eat your muscle down to the bone. Well, that brings attention from doctors and scientists from all over the world. And they came and they quarantined the area. Y'all have had a few movies out in the last few years about that. They're preparing your minds for the inevitable of warfare coming. Oh, y'all don't like to hear that kind of stuff. All right. Some of our pastors came to me. Brother David, you know, this has happened, that's happened. And I'm going, what? What's it like? What, you know? And they, of course, we went out there. I am very curious. That's a very mild form of what's inside of me, curiosity. I've got to know. That's just, I want to know. So I went up there and I'm talking to the soldiers. The soldiers they're doing their job. All right? They're not going to let you in. It's just the way it is because you go in, you're not coming out. It's quarantined. Scientists came from all over the world, y'all. I bet you didn't hear about this one. I bet you your internet don't have it. This is the one that was shut up, buddy. I so love it. Y'all are techno freaks and you can't get the real news. They still feed you what they want you to, even on the internet. Okay, we'll back away from the spook stuff. Here we go. Saw it back. I told her brothers, Indians, brothers, people born again, right? Told her brothers, leave it alone. This is way bigger than all of us. These are big governments here. I don't know what they're doing in there, but it doesn't involve us. It does not involve us. Stay away from it. Well, some people don't listen. A couple of them pastors, because they had kinfolk in that quarantine area, they come to me and they said, we have fasted now for a week. We feel like heaven wants us to go in that quarantine area. Now, what do you say now? I mean, God didn't speak to me. He didn't speak to me that He was going to speak to them. He just spoke to them without me. Can you believe it? I mean, it's almost like God thinks He's in charge of His church. I mean, man. Go figure. God in charge instead of men. Wow. All right. This really happened. This is amazing. I said, all right, what's your plan? Well, Brother David, we fasted and prayed, and you've taught us that the Word of God says that Jesus can do anything, that with God all things are possible. I said, that's a true thing. It says it about 26 times in the Bible. Okay. Help me out. What does that mean? That means that we're going in the quarantine area and we're going to approach these diseases and lay hands on it and Jesus is going to heal it. I said, you're going to do what? I said, are you sure heaven's going to heal it? No, sir. I said, that's true. You can't be sure of that. You want my permission to go in there? Yes. Okay. Help yourself. Heaven spoke to you? I'm not going to stand in the way, even though I disagree. See? Our knowledge is limited. Heaven's is infinite. How about that? You got 3 Indians. They are the bottom of the pile. Everybody else is standing on these people. Socially. They go walking up to these soldiers. Soldiers would not give them the time of day, wouldn't listen to them. Finally, they harassed them enough. One of the soldiers took them back to the head scientist and said, these men are here to pray for these people to be healed. He said, get them out of here. So at gunpoint, took them over there, set them down, told them, don't approach these people. As soon as the soldier's gone, their curiosity, their courage, their faith, things that God let us teach them, just absolutely took them over, and they went to the one they thought was in charge. We want to pray for these people because God's going to heal them. We have kinfolks here, and we think we have the right to pray for them. No, you can't. So that went on all day. All day. That went on. The next day, it started again. They went and went and went over and over. Finally, the head scientist said, look, to appease you people, we're going to do a, what is it called when they do an example? Yeah, but it's a test, some kind of test. What do you call it? Experiment. Thank you. It's more than 4 letters. M-U-L-E. 4 letters. That's it. They were going to do an experiment. They put the worst cases of these people eat up in a big tent. They put the brothers in there with them. They come in there with their cameras. Serious. Do what you're going to do. And they documented the brothers laying hands on this people with this flesh-eating and muscle-eating disease. And the brothers left, went and sit down by the tree that they started at, and just sit there praying in tongues. Every hour, one would rotate over by the door, because they shut the thing for night, you know. And one of them would just stand there and pray in tongues for an hour, and then they'd swap out. And they'd swap out. I did that all night long. And in the morning, the doctors come, the scientists. They open the doors. Every person in that tent healed. I like that. Isn't that something? The doctors and the scientists and the soldiers were ecstatic. What did y'all do? And they preached the gospel to them. Bring us more. So they put up more tents. And they went in these tents. Everybody was healed. Plague stayed in 3 days. Isn't that something? There's no reason to be ashamed.